Greetings all, it's Blue Knight, and welcome back to Persona 3 FES. Previously, we took care of another request, the Odin Juice request, shortly after returning from Kyoto, and we practically finished the Featherbed request for Elizabeth. I actually forgot to turn in that request for Elizabeth, but I think we'll do that after we ascend to the next floor. Because today I want to explore more of Harabah since we have so much more of this block to go. And I already did select my party off screen. We got Mitsuru here since she did awaken to Artemisia recently from the Kyoto trip. And I'm bringing Koro and Ken along since I feel like we haven't seen them in a while. And I think they can use the levels. Granted, Akihiko could also use some grinding as well, but I'm not really worried about his status right now. Something's different about the enemies around here. I'll scan ahead, it might take some time though. If I remember correctly, based on what I researched, we might be encountering the same enemies that we did go through in the first section of this block. And sure enough, we have found some familiar foes here. But I want to make sure if Mitsuru can execute Artemisia at some point, because we haven't seen that persona in battle yet. And sure enough, there's Artemisia for the first time in action. Although I missed that Tenterafu, still, we got to see that persona summoned for the first time in Tartarus. And much like with all the other people that have awakened to their evolved personas, Mitsuru is able to learn even more skills now that her persona evolved. And her victory quotes and quotes in general in Tartarus have changed as well. In other news, Cert leveled up to level 58, and I think that's a level necessary. Yes, it is! We finally learned Ragnarok, although it still has 4 more skill left to learn, I don't care. And in other news, Ken and Koro both leveled up as well. I actually want to see what that final skill for Cert is. It might be Fire Boost for all I know. Persona, then Cert, Fire Amp. Oh, that's actually really good because it's essentially a stronger version of the Fire Boost. I don't know how much stronger it is than the boost spell, but let me assure you, the amp spells can make your elemental spells so much stronger, it's not even funny. Well, that's just great. I guess I could finally show Blade of Fury in action, but I just got combo those 2 Mushas. Well, on the bright side, we didn't get that far from the last Guardian floor. That was like the first floor after that last Guardian floor in Harabah. Still, that's embarrassing though. Alright, lesson learned. I'll turn this request in first before I go back into Tartarus. A Phoenix Ranger Featherman R action figure. May I see it? Interesting. You can put it in various poses and play with it. Oh, it's flexible enough to be put in this kind of pose. Ooh, this pose too. I wonder how she's posing it right now. She seems really enamored with it. This may be a bit too anatomically correct for me. You may have it back. Wow, who knew that a kid's toy could be so complex for Elizabeth to handle? At least we got the frigid Megatama now. Only just one this time. And I quickly scrolled by that, but we were able to level up to level 46 shortly after that battle. And Koro gained another level up as well. And because we're fighting so many familiar foes, I think now is the perfect time to get acquainted with Mitsuru's evolved persona, Artemisia. So the background is, Artemisia was based on an actual queen by the same name of Asia Minor, or Anatolia, who ruled after her husband, Lycdamis, died. Shortly afterwards, Artemisia became an advisor to Xerxes, the Persian lord back then, and formed an alliance with him in a war with the Greeks. She's best known for her role in history during the Battle of Salamis, where she escaped capture by sinking her ship, then convinced Xerxes to retreat. As a side note, there's a second ruler that shared Artemisia's name who built the mausoleum of Massalos. Neither are believed to be supernatural unlike Lucia or Caesar. Ken gains one more level up shortly afterwards. And shortly after that level up, I ran into a new spear that I could give to Ken. The Rancier. I think that's how it's pronounced. Well, I don't care how it's pronounced because look at that attack power. 224. There is no way I'm turning that down for Ken. And I'm sure he's gonna love it just as much as I. I mean, look at that face. That's the face of somebody who realized they have a whole lot of power on their hands now. Koromaru gains one more level up as well. Koro and Ken are catching up in terms of the levels compared to everyone else, so I'm very happy about the progress we've made so far despite our setback early on. I personally have never seen the Crazy Twin stat screen, so this is the first time that I'm ever seeing this. And just in case you're curious about what they're made of, well, here it is. Not like it really matters because they're not that tough to begin with. Mitsuru gains one more level up. I got titanium dog suit too. I wonder if this is gonna for Koromaru. Let's quickly check. Yep, sure enough it is. Barely though, only by 2 points. But every little increase counts. Carl seems happy. Well, if he's happy, then I'm happy. Good for him. And we got a slight update on where the next guardian is located. It's at the 180th floor. Kinda skipped by that by accident because I was rushing through this. Since we're pretty much facing all the enemies that we can currently fight in the Harabah block at this point. So I'm trying to get through this as fast as I can. And Koromaru gets one more level up before we close in on the 180th floor. And Ken gets one more level up too. Oh, wait a minute. I see a rare shadow. Don't want to lose that. Okay. Good. That's step 1. You got to get to a battle with it. Now with step 2. Take it out. That's not taking it out. That's not doing it either, guys. Come on. Good job, Koro. Good boy. I can always rely on you. And that's why I wanted to take it out. We have to get 2 gold medals from the Harabah block. So we still have to find one more rare shadow. But I'm not worried. There's still so much of Harabah to go that I'm not really stressing out on running into another rare shadow at some point in this block. I sense 3 enemies in the middle of the floor. Be careful, okay? So it didn't take that long for me to get to this next guardian floor in the Harabah block. And you know what? Since we didn't get that much done on our way to this floor, we're gonna squeeze in this guardian battle into this episode as well. So strap yourselves in, folks, because after I get through with some last minute boss preparations, we're gonna engage in another guardian fight. I really wish I did this sooner. It may not have mattered in the long run too much if I did it before, but I'm doing it now. So I gave Ken and Koro a space badge each. This can restore a small amount of HP each turn. It probably doesn't do as good as the land badge Junpei has, but I figure I'd give those 2 an accessory nonetheless because they've been going for the longest time this game without one, and they were the only party members up until now that didn't have accessory at all. Also, I changed up the party a little bit to have Akihiko and Yukari included. They're gonna be a bit of a helping hand in this fight, more so Yukari actually, because this next trio of guardians we're facing, I'm a little concerned about, I'm not gonna lie. But hopefully we will be able to persevere and outlast this trio. So let's go up to them and engage the fight.
Be ready. I sense it's a strong one.
These guys look really foreboding, but I think we're up to the task of taking them down. These are the Stasis Giants, level 58 each. They're strong to strike, as we can tell by their appearance. Pierce, Fire, and Wind. So to start things off, I think I'm going to switch to Thought and have him as my main persona in this fight. So it's best to have someone or more than one person to run with ice and or elect spells. So that's why I'm bringing Thoughts here. Granted, I probably could have bring in another persona or fuse another persona that has something like Valentine, because I think we're strong enough at this point in the game to be able to possess that skill ourselves. But we're gonna see how things play out in this round first. So if you ever have any high-level evade slash shoes, then I suggest you equip them for this fight. These guys use a lot of melee attacks, so that's why I recommend having evade slash if you do have any equipment that has that ability. As you can see, one of their attacks is Tempest Slash. We have seen before how deadly that could be. And they're using that a lot in this fight, actually. Okay, I think I want to put Yukari on heal support, since she doesn't do that much damage with wind attacks, as we saw in this first turn.
Leave it to me.
So she'll be on healing duty. And I'll be on pseudo healing duty as well, since I do have Medea Rom after all, but I also have Megiddo with me, so I think I'm gonna use that as much as I can as my main method of attack.
Hang in there.
Okay, now Yukari getting healed by Mitsuru there. Akio go on the offensive, since elect spells do a considerable amount of damage. And we're seeing that stupid Blade of Fury again in action, but this time healed by these guys. And I just got completely wiped out. Oh my goodness, we did not last nearly as long as I thought we would be. Okay, that's embarrassing, but I do have a plan B for this. I'm going to fuse another persona. I just hope I'm strong enough that I can fuse this particular persona. Otherwise, we might be in some serious trouble here. So, bad news. I'm 2 levels short of fusing the persona that I want. Granted, I could do a little more grinding, but I don't want to be over level for future boss fights in this block. So I guess we're gonna make do with what we've got right now. I was gonna mention before I got killed off that attack mirrors will be very beneficial to you to have in this fight. They might help save your butt a couple times throughout this battle. So I'm gonna open up this round by equipping an attack mirror to everyone here. Ah, but they use that stupid Tempest Slash and that stupid Blade of Fury wiped out all of our mirrors so fast. And Mitsuru already got taken down. Well, not Mitsuru, Yukari got taken down, so that didn't help that much. Oh no. Oh no. Sakahiro is going on the offensive, and we got one of them stunned with a shock. So I'm gonna use a melee attack to at least take this one down. That way it'll lose a turn. What to do now? I think I'll switch to... Sure, why not? Let's use Parvati. And then I'll increase our party's offense with the small Rakikaja. I'm still gonna try to do my best to play as a support player in this fight. But I'm gonna have to think of someone to bring Yukari back into this. And there goes Akihiko, great. Stupid Blade of Fury again coming in. So this is not turning out as good as the last battle. That's great. What to do now? Already down 2 party members. I think that attack mirror strategy is gonna work again. I think this time I might switch out to somebody else. Okay, how many bombs of life do I have though? I think I only have just the 2. Yeah, just the 2, because I stupidly forgot to go and get revival beads again. I think I'll switch over to Cert and use Recarm again. So I'm not sure how well that's gonna turn out. We'll bring back Akihiko. I'm worried that Yukari is not gonna be that much of a help if I ever do go and revive her. Because she might fall victim to that, and speaking of which, Mitsuru also fell victim as well. It's not going good. Now what can I do? I'm the only one left. I think this round might be a little screwed up. I'll be Yukari back, but before I do, I forgot to set her tactic heal support. And we'll bring her back now this time. Got to take Fury coming into action. And Yukari got to take it out again. Not that I'm surprised about that. And I'm still hanging on by a thread. Okay, really gonna use power charge? You got me on the ropes at this point. There's no need to go overkill on me. That's just a huge insult to my character. Oh man. What to do now? Maybe I should overload for this one fight because these guys are kicking my butt so far. Does Daisojo have anything? What's that? Dia Rahan. And you got Divine Grace actually. I should have used you off the get Ghost by Healer. I should have done that. Well, I'm gonna do that right now actually.
Are you okay? Please be
And
more
Dia
careful.
Rahan. This is a heavy healing spell, so it's gonna give you a lot of HP. Back to max actually. And combining that with Divine Grace practically makes that spell overpowered. But even with Daisojo, I'm still getting a lot of damage. And I'm dead again.
Please.
I was surprised that was gonna happen. I'm gonna try one more time. I wanna try one more time. If I don't get through this battle, then I might concede for now. Because that persona I want to fuse might actually be more of a help than I'm expecting.
No, it can't end like
Nope.
this.
It's not gonna work. I'm gonna need that persona after all. I didn't want to overlevel for any boss fight, but truth be told, that actually has happened a couple times in this project, so I kinda unintentionally broke my own rule. So I guess I'm gonna have to do a little more grinding off screen in order to actually have a chance against these guys, because that persona that I want is looking a lot more useful than I ever expected to be. And unfortunately, that's gonna do it for today. I know we didn't get that much progress done in Tartarus, but this has already gone up to over an hour in raw footage time, so I think I'm gonna need to stop myself at some point before I get too carried away. So, after I do some grinding off screen, next time, we're gonna go back into Tartarus and try to teach these stupid stasis giants a lesson. Because we've gotten nowhere against them so far. And I'm gonna need all the help I can get if I can have even a sliver of a chance to stand up to them. Until we meet again, farewell for now.
Once again, I'm back in the lab, cleaning my knives, ready for stabs. I never committed a crime I had to. Out of necessity, I don't crumble. I plead guilty to Lord in the chapel. Forgiveness given cause I don't look for trouble. Instead finds me, and what I do is fight back. Never look back the past cause it hurts to think back. I pray to God cause I'm still paranoid.